Chemo strips your body of nutrients, but these 3 juices help you rebuild your defenses. Hey, Dr. Amy here, and as an 8-year cancer survivor, I know firsthand how confusing nutrition advice can be after cancer. This is the research that you need to know to prevent and fight against cancer. So whether you're newly diagnosed, in treatment, or even years out from your diagnosis, this video is for you. These aren't just juices. The compounds in these vegetables and fruits have been shown to have anti-cancer fighting properties. They've been extensively studied, and by incorporating them into your daily routine, it'll help. This is one of the most powerful steps that you can take in your healing journey. So let's start with number 1. Lemon juice. Most people think that lemon is just a simple flavor boost, but the real power lies within the rind. Lemon rind is packed with powerful compounds. These natural plant chemicals have been shown to fight off cancer cells and repair cellular DNA. They act as antioxidants, scavenging for free radicals. They also support detoxification pathways in your liver. This is one of your body's main defenses against cancer. When I was going through my own stage 3 cancer diagnosis, I was challenged with exhaustion almost daily. My body felt heavy. It's like I was carrying the weight of chemotherapy long after I left the chemo chair. I remember mornings where it took everything I had just to get out of bed. On those days, I searched for small, practical ways to make it feel lighter. Adding lemon, rind included, into my morning water helped tremendously. This is one small step that helped me get a lift. It was refreshing, energizing, and it gave me a sense of control over my recovery. But here is why this matters. Many cancer survivors and thrivers unknowingly leave the rind out when they're juicing or when they're creating their morning smoothie. But the rind contains 10 times the cancer-fighting nutrients than the juice alone. Skipping it means you're missing out on most of the benefits. If you're making a vegetable juice, then throw in a slice of lemon with the peel still on. Sometimes there's a slight bitter taste, but that's where the magic happens. Inside the Cancer Freedom Program, I work with a woman who was very hesitant about adding the rind at first. She worried about the taste being too strong. But once she blended it with spinach, ginger, cucumber, she was amazed at how balanced it actually tasted. Within weeks, her digestion improved. Her skin took on a glow that her friends even started to notice. Those small changes gave her both physical results and confidence. She now knew that she was fueling her body in the right way. But lemons also provide vitamin C. This is a critical nutrient in your immune health. Studies show that vitamin C helps to boost blood cells and working more effectively in fighting against infections. And for cancer survivors whose immune systems may be weakened by treatment, this is critical. This extra support can be so powerful. But here's a practical tip. Always wash the rind and the lemon very well. Pesticides can cling to the skin of the lemon. Slice them very thinly and then add them to your juice or your blender. Over time, your taste buds will adapt to that slightly bitter taste. Then it becomes refreshing. Okay, but moving on to number 2. Pomegranate juice. Pomegranate juice may surprise you because it's not often thought of as a fruit juice. It's just not something that quickly comes to mind. But it contains compounds that are critical for cancer fighting. Once inside the body, these compounds transform your gut bacteria. They're compounds that reduce inflammation and protect your body against cellular damage. They can also slow the growth of hormone-sensitive cancers like breast cancer or prostate cancer. One study I often share looked at men with prostate cancer who drank a single cup of pomegranate juice every day. By doing this, they actually slowed the doubling of their PSA levels. This is essential in how fast the cancer is growing and multiplying. Now, that's not a vague wellness claim. That's a measurable slowing of cancer growth. And for women, pomegranate influences estrogen metabolism. This is critical for breast cancer survivors and thrivers, especially so for those on anti-hormonal therapy. Supporting estrogen detoxification in the body is actually going to lower your risk of a cancer recurrence. Now, when I was recovering from chemo, hydration was a constant challenge. Even water sometimes tasted metallic. And this is a common side effect from treatment. Now, pomegranate juice gave me a way to hydrate my body while also fueling myself with antioxidants. I felt like I was drinking the life back into my body. But one woman that I work with inside the Cancer Freedom Program, she really stands out in my memory. She was a breast cancer survivor who had constant joint pain because of her anti-hormonal therapy. She started adding a half a glass of diluted pomegranate juice every day to her routine. She mixed it with water to keep the sugar content low. But over time, her inflammatory markers improved. Even more importantly, she noticed less stiffness in her morning walks. That small shift helped her stay more consistent with her exercise, and being able to increase her exercise levels further reduced her joint pain. We all know how powerful exercise and movement can be as an anti-cancer strategy. Now, here's something to be careful about. Many pomegranate juices in grocery stores are actually loaded with added sugar, or they might be mixed with grape juice to help cut the costs. But that added sugar can actually counteract the benefits, as it's going to spike your insulin and increase inflammation. Always look for 100% pure pomegranate juice, not sweetened. Or better yet, juice it right at home. But here's another surprising fact about pomegranates. In lab studies, its compounds have been shown to reduce angiogenesis. This is the formation of new blood vessels that feed tumors. By slowing angiogenesis, pomegranate juice may literally starve cancer cells. Now, while more human studies are needed, this is promising research, and it shows why pomegranate juice is far more than just a trendy health food. Okay, but finally, we have to move on to number 3. Carrot juice. Carrots are one of the most underrated cancer-fighting vegetables. Now, everyone knows that they're good for your eyes, but their real superpower is their ability to support your immune system and regulate cellular growth. Carrots are loaded with beta-carotene, which converts inside the body to vitamin A. And vitamin A is critical in terms of keeping your immune system functioning and strong. That plays an important role in preventing abnormal cells from multiplying. Carrots also contain a lesser-known compound called polyacetylene. In lab studies, these compounds have been shown to directly inhibit cancer cell growth. They can trigger apoptosis, which is a fancy word for cellular programmed death. This specifically happens inside cancer cells. This means that they help unhealthy cells die off faster while supporting healthy cells and growing. Now, carrot juice was one of the first vegetable juices that I was able to tolerate after my own treatment, when nausea robbed me of my appetite and everything just tasted off. But carrot juice actually felt gentle. It gave me steady energy without overwhelming my stomach. I'll never forget those first few sips I took. It was like hope in a glass. Plus, research backs this up. A meta-analysis showed that higher carrot intake was linked with a lower risk of stomach and lung cancer. And for breast cancer survivors, the higher fiber content supports lower estrogen levels and lower cancer risk. Now, inside the Cancer Freedom Program, I had a client who was struggling to reach her fiber target. Most cancer survivors get around 15 grams of fiber per day, and you actually need 30 grams. But by juicing carrots whole or including them in muffins or soups, she was able to reach her fiber target. She was able to do this without force-feeding herself vegetables. Her digestion improved, her energy stabilized. She no longer needed that mid-afternoon nap. That's the kind of transformation that comes from simple but smart strategies. But here's something shocking. Carrots are also known to have a cytotoxic effect in lab studies. That means they can directly damage unhealthy cancer cells while leaving healthy cells alone. Now, while no single food is going to cure cancer, carrots are a part of your routine. This is a serious evidence-backed tool that should be in every cancer survivor's kitchen. But here's a practical tip. When juicing carrots at home, leave some of the skin on. That's where many of the polyphenols or phytonutrients are found. Wash them thoroughly, chop them into chunks, and then juice. If the flavor feels too earthy at first, then pair it with a slice of lemon, rind included. Or you could even add in a small piece of ginger. The combination is delicious and powerful. Okay, so these 3 juices, lemon, pomegranate, and carrot, well, they may seem simple, but they're incredibly powerful. They have remarkable power to help you fight and prevent cancer, and each one works in its own unique ways. Okay, But now that you know these 3 juices, the next thing that you need to do is build out your anti-cancer meal plan. That's exactly why I'm going to link up this next video for you here. Click the link here, and I'll see you in the next video.